Part 1, Introduction and First Points. Have you ever woken up one morning and thought, wow, I just don't feel like I used to? You know, that moment when you realize your energy isn't quite what it was 5 or 10 years ago. Maybe you're getting up slower, feeling tired by midday, or noticing little aches that didn't used to bother you. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, most of us over 60 feel this way at some point. But here's the good news. What if I told you that adding a solid decade of healthy, vibrant years could start with just a few small changes to your daily routine? Today, we're going to talk about 7 science-backed habits that can help you feel stronger, sharper, and more alive than you thought possible. And the best part? These aren't drastic, hard-to-follow rules. They're simple, doable adjustments, things you can start doing tomorrow morning. Now, I know what you might be thinking, another list of miracle habits that's too good to be true. But stick with me for a few minutes, and I'll show you exactly how these habits work and why researchers are so excited about them. Think of this as a conversation between friends. We're not rushing anywhere. We're just sitting here, chatting about ways to make the most of the years ahead. So, grab your cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Let's start with something most of us take for granted, hydration. Now, I know, it sounds almost too basic, right? But here's the thing, staying properly hydrated isn't just about quenching thirst. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating fluids. That means we might not even realize we're dehydrated until we're already feeling sluggish, dizzy, or even confused. And the effects go deeper than that. Dehydration can strain your heart, make your muscles cramp, and leave your skin dry and prone to issues. But here's the fix, make it a habit to drink water first thing in the morning. Before coffee, before breakfast, just a big glass of water. Why? Because after hours without fluids during sleep, your body is already playing catch-up. That one glass jumpstarts your system, helps your kidneys flush out toxins, and gives your brain the fuel it needs to kick into gear. And don't stop there. Carry a reusable water bottle with you throughout the day. Set reminders if you need to, there are even apps that chime every hour to prompt you. One study found that older adults who stayed consistently hydrated had a 20% lower risk of developing chronic conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes. That's huge. Now, once you've downed that first glass of water, head outside. Even if it's just for a few minutes, step into the sunlight. This leads us to our second habit, getting morning sunlight. Yes, sunlight gets a bad rap sometimes because of skin cancer concerns, but hear me out. Our bodies need natural light, especially as we age. Why? Sunlight triggers the production of vitamin D, which is crucial for bone health, immune function, and even mood regulation. But it also does something else really important. It helps reset your internal clock, or circadian rhythm. Ever notice how some people struggle to fall asleep before midnight but wake up at dawn, while others feel wide awake at bedtime? That's your circadian rhythm at work, or not working, depending on your habits. Getting sunlight first thing in the morning tells your body, hey, it's daytime. Time to be alert. Then, when night falls, your brain gets the signal to wind down and release melatonin, the sleep hormone. So, what's the action step? Spend at least 15 minutes outside in the morning sun. No sunglasses, no sunscreen needed, just open your blinds, sit on the porch with your coffee, or walk around the block. Even on cloudy days, the light intensity is enough to make a difference. One study published in the Journal of Aging and Health found that seniors who got regular morning sunlight reported better sleep quality and more energy during the day. And better sleep, in turn, reduces the risk of everything from memory issues to heart disease. That's a win-win. Now, let's talk about what you're eating. Not diets, just simple, everyday choices that nourish your body. Our third habit is mindful eating, especially when it comes to portion sizes and avoiding processed foods. I know, this sounds like every other health tip you've ever heard. But here's the twist, it's not about restriction. It's about awareness. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and our bodies need fewer calories but more nutrients. That means a plate piled high with pasta and bread might leave you feeling bloated and sluggish, while a smaller portion of lean protein, veggies, and whole grains gives you steady energy. Try this. Next time you sit down to eat, take a moment to notice the colors on your plate. Aim for a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. They're packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation, a major player in aging. And here's a pro tip: use smaller plates. It's a sneaky trick that makes portions look bigger while helping you eat less without feeling deprived. Oh, and about those processed foods, the ones with long ingredient lists and preservatives you can't pronounce. These often hide added sugars, unhealthy fats, and sodium that can spike your blood pressure or cause weight gain. Swap them out for whole foods whenever you can. Instead of grabbing a bag of chips, reach for a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit. Instead of frozen dinners, try a homemade soup with beans and vegetables. Your body will thank you. I remember talking to a woman named Marjorie at my local community center. She used to live on toast and jam for breakfast until she switched to Greek yogurt with berries and a sprinkle of flaxseed. Within weeks, she said her energy levels were steadier, and she didn't feel that mid-morning crash anymore. Small changes, big results. These first 3 habits, hydration, morning sunlight, and mindful eating, are like the foundation of a house. Once they're in place, the rest of the habits build on them. And trust me, the next ones are just as easy to incorporate. In fact, one of them involves something many of us already do: moving your body. But we'll get to that in a moment. For now, let's take a breath and let these ideas settle. After all, change doesn't happen overnight. It starts with one small step, one glass of water, one walk in the sun, one bite of something nourishing. So, if you're feeling inspired, why not grab that water bottle and fill it up right now? Or step outside and soak in a few minutes of fresh air. These tiny actions are the seeds of something bigger. And when you come back, we'll explore how to keep that momentum going with habits that'll make you feel more connected, more active, and more like you. Because the best part of living longer? Living well. We'll pick up right here next time. See you soon. Part 2, Middle Points. Now that we've laid the groundwork with hydration, morning sunlight, and mindful eating, let's build on that momentum with habits that'll help you stay active, connected, and energized. These next few habits might surprise you, not because they're complicated, but because they're so deeply woven into the rhythm of daily life. You might already be doing some of them without realizing the full impact they have. Let's dive in. Let's talk about movement, not the kind that requires a gym membership or hours of training, but simple, consistent motion that keeps your body strong and your mind clear. I know, exercise can feel intimidating, especially if you're not used to it. But here's the truth: movement isn't about breaking a sweat or lifting weights. It's about keeping your joints flexible, your muscles engaged, and your heart pumping. And the best part? You don't need special equipment or a fitness tracker to do it. Start small. Take a walk around the block after breakfast. Stretch while you wait for the kettle to boil. Gardening counts, so does dancing to your favorite song while folding laundry. One study found that seniors who walked just 20 minutes a day had a 30% lower risk of heart disease and improved cognitive function. That's because movement increases blood flow to the brain, which helps protect memory and sharpness as we age. I once met a man named Henry at a local park. He was in his early 70s and used to sit all day reading newspapers. One day, he decided to take a short walk every morning. Within months, he said his balance improved, his knees felt better, and he even started meeting other walkers. Now, they chat over coffee after their strolls. It's not just about the physical benefits, it's about the joy of staying connected through movement. So, what's the takeaway? Find ways to move that feel natural to you. Set a timer to stand up and walk around every hour. Try chair yoga or tai chi, both are gentle on the joints and fantastic for balance. And remember, consistency beats intensity. 10 minutes a day adds up to 70 minutes a week, and that's enough to make a difference. Now, let's shift gears to something that might not seem related but absolutely is: social connection. I know, It sounds like a stretch. How does chatting with friends affect longevity? But here's what science tells us. Humans are wired for connection. And as we age, staying socially engaged isn't just about avoiding loneliness. It's about protecting your brain, heart, and overall health. Think about it this way. When you laugh with a friend, your body releases feel-good hormones like oxytocin. These reduce stress and lower inflammation, which is linked to chronic diseases. When you share a story or debate politics, you're exercising your brain. And when you volunteer or join a club, you're reinforcing your sense of purpose, all of which contribute to living longer, healthier years. But how do you stay connected if your circle has shrunk over time? Start small. Call a neighbor. Join a book club. Many meet online these days, so you don't even need to leave home. Volunteer at a community garden or animal shelter. Even a quick text to an old friend can reignite a relationship. One study from Harvard found that seniors with strong social ties had a 50% higher chance of living longer than those who were isolated. That's a staggering difference. My neighbor Margaret used to feel stuck after her husband passed away. Then she started attending a weekly coffee meetup at the library. Now, she's part of a group that shares stories, plays cards, and even takes day trips. She told me, it's not just about having company. It's about feeling like I still matter. And that's the heart of it. Social connection isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but is just as vital: mental stimulation. Keeping your brain active isn't just about crossword puzzles or Sudoku, though those can be fun. It's about challenging yourself to learn, create, and adapt. Why? Because the brain, like a muscle, needs exercise to stay strong. Here's the good news: you don't need to go back to school or memorize Shakespeare. Just pick up a new hobby, try a different route on your walk, or learn to cook a recipe you've never made before. These small acts keep your mind agile. Research shows that mentally active seniors have a slower rate of cognitive decline. One study even found that learning a new skill in later years can boost memory and problem-solving abilities. Take my friend Clara, who started painting at 68. She'd never held a brush before but joined a local art class on a whim. Now, she's not only created a portfolio of landscapes but also joined a community of fellow artists. She says the process of learning, figuring out colors, techniques, and composition has kept her mind sharp and her days full of curiosity. So, what can you do? Try something new. Learn a language using an app, take up photography, or write down family stories for your grandkids. Even reading a different genre of book counts. The key is to keep your brain curious and engaged. And don't worry about being good at it. This isn't about perfection. It's about the act of trying. These next 3 habits, movement, social connection, and mental stimulation, are like the pillars that hold up a sturdy bridge. Together, they connect the foundation we built earlier to the final habit we'll discuss next time. Each one reinforces the others. When you move, you're more likely to socialize. When you stay connected, you're more motivated to learn and grow. And when your brain stays active, you're better equipped to handle life's little challenges. So, if you're feeling inspired, why not take a walk around the block? Or call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while? Maybe try a new recipe tonight or sign up for that online class you've been curious about. These aren't huge leaps, they're gentle steps that add up to something powerful. We'll pick up right here next time to wrap up with the final habit that ties everything together. For now, take a moment